Hello everyone. How's it going? Hi. First off, I want to say hello. Merry Oli Quimbus. Merry Eve to Quimbus Eve. Happy holidays for those of y'all. Hello Twitch. Hello YouTube. Congrats on Twitch. Hello Jaw. Hello Phoenix. I'm sure you'll get them next time. Hello Footies. Thank you for the 70 stream streak. Skyhawk, my goat? My horse. Hello. Oh, Sage of Nothing. Hi everyone. How is everyone doing? I've been so busy getting ready for Quimbus. But you know, whether it's an hour or two, I figured, you know, I wanted to wish you all some Quimbus. We're gonna do absolutely nothing today. Nothing productive at all. So what is this? What is it? Triple Tactics Talent. In this event, you will predict which 3 cards will be chosen at random, and you earn rewards based on your predicted. How is that possible? Huh? How is that possible? How can you do this? How does this game work? Just any card? Any card at all? How do they balance that? What? Goodness me. I'm so confused. So like what, random card? I've never even seen this card before in my life. I don't know how this game works. What if there were already some from the previous days? How am I supposed to know? Hello, Spectralist. Hello, Agong, how are you? The menu was strange to you? I'm sorry. Oh, hello, hi. I know not everybody sees the starting screen, so... What about Chandra and 2 Tendangles? You know, you might be on this one. Chandra. What are your dragon nails? What do you mean? Is dragon nails one word? Dragon nails. Dragon nail? Dragon nails. Oh, is it only monsters? Oh, okay. Jelly. How do you spell Jelly's name? You're a jelly with an H. Yours was relinquished Isostic and Millennium Isostic. Chandra, Tendangle, and Penguin. True chat. We do have Penguin. I would probably pick no Penguin. Okay, Jelly or no Penguin? I'm sorry, Jelly. No Penguin's pretty darn good. You get pay rewards if you match attack, border, attribute, or type with real cards. Let's see. The Dragon Tuna, a Link Fiend, and an Aqua Penguin. So you want mine to have different attacks, types, and attributes. So you tell me I want to go Penguin Brave. Well, a cute service isn't gonna match with anything. Oh, goodness me. I suppose it's like a dark monster in the theme. There are a lot of dark themes. sure. We'll lock this in. We'll lock this in. There's no way all three of those cards are getting picked, but I suppose it is what it is. We have a dual trial to do. Senpai, Dragon Chandra. It could be a 0 attack monster, this is true. So what's our dual trial, chat? What's our dual trial? 30 seconds. If this is a 30-second dual trial, I suppose our fastest deck is probably... I think last time we did this, we did Trap Twist. We just cut this for Typhon. We need one more card. We need one more. Maybe like a more Tommy. Surely the one of more Tommy will come up, surely. 1800 and 2000 attack is pretty common. So is 1500. I feel like those are pretty common attacks. The Utopia OTK too. Crazy hand, crazy hand. I probably should have used Cavalier. Gonna do that. Oh, hello, Greenwood. Thank you. Does Trapwitch Sailor still activate? I don't know. Alright. I probably shouldn't have said that. I should have picked it. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I suppose it doesn't matter which one we pop. So I suppose maybe we should have popped that one to the DM or something. Oh, hello. Well, Tom is a liability. Got him. Don't worry, chat. We still have 2 whole seconds on the line. So I will say, maybe we have to take the Mochami out. Well, no, the Mochami's like offline until we run out of cards. So surely we'll be fine. Surely, chat. Hello, Lance. Welcome on in. I will be a gem millionaire. I hope we're a gem millionaire. Play Don't Store. I don't know, Bello. You know, I only really play that. I'm here to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And I'm here to file Mochami to Warlords. We have evenly massed in the room. Yeah, we could evenly get between. Oh, guys are beautiful. To shine in the event and no one else's. This is a pretty good event. If you're good at your deck, you know. Okay, so what we do is we Pudika, and then they're going to try to return Pudika to the hand, and then we go evenly matched. You're wanting Food Waco. I don't know much about Food Waco's place. I just know that they can play beautiful. Oh, that's fine. What happened? That's pretty long for... Okay, I suppose it's better than that. Alright, we got him. 30 seconds for decks that do combos are worse, but Draco, True Draco can get the job done in under 20 to 10 seconds if you have a god hand. Interesting. No, True Draco. I don't know, a lot of people are playing Draco Tail in this event. I have no idea, you know who. But hi. Merry Oli... Actually, wait, for those who are on the East Coast time zone, Merry Quimbus Eve. For the rest of y'all, Merry Eve to Quimbus. I am pretty good at this event. You still got anything else? I'm glad you do. I don't think it sees much play, but I think it's a cute foot. Okay. I'm gonna try to stop the play. I'm told that they don't have anything else. We already have Holyuki in hand, so it might actually be in our best interest to go Mantis Sword Colors. But of course they opened on the Ran Astro. If your opponent special summons a monster. Technically, if they single, we could go Typhon. We probably should honestly go first. We should honestly first go. What's the word? We should have probably at first went into what's the face Stella, so that we had an actual like target for Holyuki. Cecilia, how are you? What is interesting? I'm gonna summon this now. Or not. We can try to go for her. Scarlet Laser looking like? Hello chat, we're gonna try our best. Mantis special summon really doesn't do anything, but I suppose it still gives us a lesson. Thank you for the hype. Oh. I didn't realize I was on like the same team. You can only use Chenyu once per turn, so that's fine. I don't think we're gonna get out of this. Oh, I can't even use Owl Malice effect. Whoopsie. Like, we already got rid of the Mantis. Whoopsie. At least we had to go Link too. No, what we had to go Sarah to, we had to go Sarah, and then we had to use Sarah to set. We should have led Mio-Mello then. We should have let Mio-Mello grab a grapple one, go into Sarah, Sarah set something, link off into the two, and probably kind of just sit there. You there. Oh. I don't think they understand how Samsung would. Oh, okay. Oh, I suppose that's. Oh, okay. Cool. Unless they get to Nightmare Pain. I'm going to force them to link off their healing at this point. I might just sit on Buddha to be honest. Like, they'll get back to you, Bell. Oh, wait, that counts for Mature Chronicle? Yes, please. Yeah, as long as I don't get a line to Phantom, we'll be fine. I can take care of that board. Oh, Yubel forces you to go battle. I didn't consider that. I was hoping to just pass, but Yubel does force you to attack. I totally forgot about the effect of Nightmare Pain like that. I was going to banish the Yubel off of Kuroko, but we got kind of late. I was gonna banish out of melee, bring back Kuroko and eat it with Kingu. Oopsie. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I do these kinds of events, always interesting. Yeah, do you have anything interesting planned for Kumbis? We still get a trapped with monster though, chat. Remember. This will be fun. Sure. Oh, hello, Ziki. Yes, Nelly. Yeah, we just have to wait for them to make you bell. Oh, whoopsie, I need to use Sarah's effect. they can go into a second again. Pingu. They have something for Pingu. Interesting. Interesting that they might have something for Pingu. It is a one split one. This is. Oh no, we didn't go to the end phase. I was probably greedy to summon the Moon Mellow, but I was hoping to get another card for their next summon, because they can't really get rid of that Yubel. Though it seems like Yubel is a very popular deck for this one. You had a dream that you went to Italy and won a free trip to a beach and hung out with a millionaire. Which millionaire? Like to sit there with one? Hello, please. Hello, hello, hi, hi. Now we open this. No response from game server, come on. I think it's gonna be probably like an hour and a half stream. Well, we'll see how I feel. We'll probably finish this event. And then probably do some more yapping. Good old this yapping. A random millionaire and own famous. Sure, pineapple. That's fine. I should have probably saved it for whatever this one play is. Mutiny in the Sky. What is that? We're gonna just force them to go black. Oh, hello. we should be fine. Oh, yeah, floodgate. Put her face. Pop where the They still have a normal summon, they still have. At least we can force them to do plans. Oh, wonderful. I don't know why they picked such a combo-heavy, intensive deck for this. Like, I feel like Fiendsmith combo takes so long to resolve. Why would they pick the Fiendsmith combo so long to resolve? That's so confusing. It baffles me, chat. I think this is now enough gems for us to do a little bit of gamble, because I believe there is a new... there's a new bundle in the shop, I believe. Wait, did I miss the bundle? Oh, okay, we didn't miss the bundle. We're just off by a couple of gems. 14 days. We'll be fine, chat. 14 days is a long time. What the wanna do that? 14 days short is a long time. But decent option for 14 days. Ooh, they have the double labyrinth board. That's very pretty. It's interesting that despite all the hits, Malice is still seeing so much later. Still doing melee stuff, Cat. Still doing melee stuff. Truly. I try to pay attention to the lines, and I'm sure the lines aren't that difficult, but sometimes I feel like when you see the combo so many times and you are not the one playing it, you kind of zone out of it, you know? Look at all this gas, chat. So much gas. Speaking of math mech, you know, we do have to get the materials to craft math mech for all. Shout out to Ollie for winning the community tournament. They're still not done with the board, that's the crazy part. We've been watching the board like happen. Oh wait, never mind. They did finish the board. This is the opponent trying to break the board. Hello, Luna. Gold Leo. Hello, Malice Mark. How many times, I wonder, has the same exact game, if at all, ever played? I mean, this is pretty standard. That's like... The reality is this duel lasted how many? It's probably like at least a 5 to 7 minutes. So much, yet nothing happened at the same time. And this is Diamond Gaming. Goodness me. Chat, this is why we don't need to go to Diamond. Malice is hiding in Diamond. I don't know, tonight I just feel like chilling out, just hanging out. It's been a long week, it's nearly Quimbis, and even though we're only 2 days in, it really has felt like a long week. I feel like I have stuff to do. I feel like I have tasks to do. I'm so tight. We'll probably only go for like another 30 minutes. I did mention it's gonna be a shorter stream, so apologies for those who are a little bit more time. But I just wanted to make sure a Merry Christmas so I don't see you until a little bit after the holiday. You will see me this weekend for a stream. Unsure if it's going to be the Saturday or the Sunday. Mayhaps even both days, who knows? Your birthday is Sunday. Happy early birthday, goodness me. December birthdays. They sure are a lot of them, huh? I suppose there were a lot of different birthdays. There are 365 days a year, not to mention weekends. No, I don't think I personally know anyone who was born on a weekend. So now we can watch the mouse happen in real time. They also have Maxi, Magnuma, and Red Reboot. Definitely a modern Yu-gi-Oh hand of all time. There's a lot of stuff we did this year. There's probably a lot of stuff we still need to do. You know, chat, we're just gonna tackle it later. Sometimes it's nice to just empty it. Oh, I like it. I didn't know this one had an animation, to be honest. I never really paid attention till now. Goodness me. Boy. Very cute, but it can't move. I suppose that is one answer. I suppose that is definitely an answer. Yeah, we're going Typhon. Hello, Typhon. Mayhaps chat, this is Typhon's true youth. More malice. This is all happening on the opponent's turn, by the way. Warcraft Taker, how are you? We're hanging out tonight. I'm watching Dual Live because I want to turn my brain off a little bit. I wanted to miss everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy belated Hanukkah. All that jazz. So I'm just vegetating my mind a little bit. Maybe I might do a tiny bit of work, but we're probably not going to stay for too long. Probably another 12 months. Honestly, I probably do have a lot of work. I hope you're having a good day. I hope everyone's been having a good week too. Alright, let's see what link is this. Oh, Master's Gaming. You're taking a break from Christmas stuff? Oh my god, I feel that so much. I've been working on Quimbus stuff for... I'm still not done, but... I think I'm getting a little bit burnt out in the holiday season. You know. Oh, you know, speaking of the holiday season, I should probably put together a post for Merry Christmas. Wait, so about to head into some... I'm gonna catch up with like the new Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been checked out of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Like actual meta since Visor and now this. Now there's a whole bunch of other decks coming out, and I'm gonna have to actually learn how they work this one. You're going out with Yu-Gi-Oh! Understandable. I mean, the meta's definitely I think even on paper, the meta's kind of... I hear a lot of different things about it. I know a lot of people are really excited for, like, the new Overflame cards. People also really have opinions on the new Overflame cards. I don't know if I can form a proper opinion on them, because I'm not really sure how impactful the decks are. In terms of like the visuals, I think some work and some don't. I think the Flame Break Super Poly looks kinda cool. I kinda like the Flame Break like Underworld Goddess. But some of the other monsters, I don't know, it just looks really distracting. What's on the early Quimbus yet? Oh, Twine. Well, for some people it's Christmas Eve already, but today is the eve to Quimbus Eve. So we are just how are you, Twine? You play other games to make yourself feel less burnt out. Hello. True. Sticky is correct. Some people do that. And I think that's like a valid... That's like a valid strategy, I suppose. I think that you're also allowed to only play one card game and feel a little bit upset about the state of the card game. Not many people have the same amount of free time or like ability to partake in the hobbies. Now formally Christmas Eve. Merry Quimbus. Merry Quimbus. Oh, for those of y'all in which it is Quimbus, Merry Quimbus. As for me, I have a couple more hours before that can talk down with me. Dominus Impulse, yeah. Dominus and Shift. This is definitely a duel of all time. This is modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Truly, chat. Truly, this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! That Konami intended, chat. Konami Japan intended this too. Like, that's sometimes the crazy part. It's like, sometimes there was actually nothing you can do. Which really sucks. At least his player knew how to leap or be shifted. I suppose. I suppose at least you can give them props on that either, but still not the best feeling. Still not the best feeling. Oh, hello. How do I pronounce that? What card did I pick for the lottery? I picked Tempai Dragon Tundra, Tendangler Cute Silver, and I think it was either, no, it was Penguin Blade. Yeah, Penguin Blade. crazy. How could they possibly go dual twice? Chat, it's Gem Knight Amethyst. It's Telements happening. Actually, okay, I have heard about this. I have heard of Gem Knight's Telements. I don't know if I've seen the dual drive in the list, but I have heard people talking about Gem Knight Telements. That's why you lost it when dual drive was summoned. True, quite an unexpected summon. Oh, why don't This is either going to be a really great nib or really terrible. Unless did they already stop the nib? What? No, nib's still alive. We're going to nib now. And the problem is, they still had the vinyl hook. Like, you saw them add the vinyl hook. I don't know if there's like a good solution here, chat, for like anything. Well, the Fiendsmith engine is pretty slashable these days. D-Force? Huh? Plasma? I mean, I guess it is just a plug. It's definitely a pile of all time. This is a pile of all time. I feel like I have seen the plasma in Telements before. I don't know if I should be upset or impressed that they fit it into a pile that's also running Gem Knights in the Fiendsmith engine. I feel like I should be concerned. I feel like I should be concerned, chat. I feel like I should be concerned about that duel. We can't see the list. It's a blind duel live, chat. When you do a blind duel live, you cannot see the decks of either duelist. It's impossible. We can't even find out their information, chat. All we have to go off of is that Duelist B is a beginner duelist, a true duelist, a fan of the anime who is also returning. You're just going to have to imagine the list in your mind, alright? You're going to have to just imagine the list in your mind's eye. W, so much knowledge. True. Duelist B is our hero. How are you with I'm trying to, as the kids say, play the envy a little bit. We're hanging out. I'm paying a little bit more attention to Duel Live, but not very much attention. The Master Duel client is dying. But don't worry. Just give it a little bit. Just hold on. Okay, just give it. Okay, that's a double Dominus Push in our opening hand with a Primite Drill. Just give it a look. Quite a look. What if Flamboy targeted someone I hated and placed them in a spell trap zone? You want me to scale my enemies? You want me to scale my enemies? Why is it still making the loading screen noises? Because my Master Duel client has been bugged since the summer. No matter how many times I uninstall or reinstall it, while I play the game and while I use the client, on occasion, it will bug like that and be trapped in a looping sequence, whether it is through visuals, whether it is through audio, or something else until the game decides to fix itself. But yeah. With reboot! Imagine unleashing Snake Eyes Flamboy on the world. I don't think we should do that to Flamboy. I think that's animal cruelty. Okay. Oh. I'm still trying to figure out how to pronounce your name. If you have a preferred way for me to pronounce your name, let me know. If not, I'm just going to call you because I'm terrible with pronunciation. Merry Christmas to Gemma. Oh, I suppose that's one thing that's good. For the sake of Quimby. For the sake of Quimby. Hello, Malisham Solo. Merry Christmas, everyone. What did you join into? We're watching Duel Live, so I'm going to be honest, I couldn't quite tell you. Just know that our opponent, Duelist B, decided to do the entire Gem Knight combo after breaking a board with Heavy Storm. Why do they have a full board of Gem Knights? Because I have no control on the outcome of that duel. I am merely an observer. What would I do with 3 million gems? Sorry for missing that one. What would I do with 3 billion gems? I don't know, that's a difficult question. I could craft a fully royal Dangle deck. But like, I could only make like 8 cards like royal, so that's kind of dumb. Huh. With 3 million gems, I could open a whole bunch of build-a-deck reviews. The Gem Knight's guy, no problem. Hello, Hackney. You would think after generating 4,010 channel points, you would have soloed. That's kind of impressive. Hello. Welcome on in. Merry Quimbis or happy belated Hanukkah or happy holidays. Thanks for joining us this evening. We're watching Duel Live. We're watching Duel Live. I might be doing something with the background. We're gonna be here for probably another like anywhere from like 15 to 30 more minutes probably. Kind of a shorter stream this evening. I wanted to hang out. I wanted to get a little bit of yapping. There's a lot of stuff going on in Yu-gi-Oh chat. Look, there's Sanctifier on the board. Everyone loves Sanctifier. Surely everyone loves Sanctifier. Surely. Did I see the new Predator plant? I did not. There's no Predator plant to put cards. Pause everything. Pause chat. Is this like an OCT thing? Oh, TCT. I don't know how to play paper, but that sounds very exciting. The alien gimmick? What do you mean? Like, did Predator plant steal, like, the playstyle of another deck or something? They focus more on the starving venom. I'm confused. I love the ghost though. Let's see, they are playing Melodious, and the opponent is going for Skyspike. Hello, Engage. Goodbye, Camilla. Hello, Kagami. So, Polly is the old new meta. So, no more Super Polly, or I am confused. The major gimmick will be a counter that negates activated effects on special summon monsters. Putting a monster's defense puts them at level 1. I mean, there's a lot of decks that, like, present a card that can negate a card effect or replace the effect of the card. Also, that's crazy. Dust into Skyspike. Was that in the hand or did they draw that? Oh, they just opened on it. This Dolus is so good! This is the world's greatest Melodious player! They're so good at the game chat. They opened Feather Duster into a Skyspike player. What a great duelist. The entire gimmick of player plans is to place counters on the Super Polly card. I didn't know that, to be honest. I only thought Yu-gi-oh was National Team. I didn't play every single thing, so... Forgive me if I'm not all too good. I only know the player plan that puts a counter and then negates it. Different time, you know? Different time. The gimmick players usually take control of targets with 8 cards. You play Senkin to give yourself Ash Blossom. Are you evil? No. You are not evil. If that made you evil, then me playing Retaliating Shield makes me evil. So in my defense, we only did it for the kill. Same effect, different results. I mean, there's a lot of decks out there who have very similar styles. Like, even Ancient Gear Golems was essentially like an off-meta type Senpai. You know, what was it, last year, right? Last year at World's Chat. Last year, well, not World. Last year at, like, North American Nationals. Someone took Ancient Gear Golems and played it like Senpai. They played it going second. Hello, bullshit. You almost missed Sally Claus. Goodness me, that would definitely be something you would not want to miss. I will say we can reveal some very nice Kumbis art we have been gifted. Now let's reveal some Kumbis. Let me input this. Let's edit this down. Now we got this adorable Quimbis art. Thank you to Riffle for this adorable Quimbis art. Very cute, very Quimbis. For some reason we are a reindeer. I'm alright with it. Sometimes you're the reindeer, sometimes you're Santa Claus. Sometimes you're Santa. How does he do that? You have a friend that is interested in my Genesis tournament, and you'd like him to add me on Discord. He can join our Discord. He can join our Discord. If not, he needs like my username or something. I'm probably not going to start up the Genesis tournament till later in January? Either late January or like mid-February. It's gonna really depend on my schedule. Let me grab the Discord link. Oh, Shab, hello, Eric. Hi. Hello, Kingdom Nova. How are you? Okay. Hope everyone's doing well. We're doing a little bit of hanging out this week. We're just chilling, watching some bullseye. Talking about Yu-gi-Oh! Talking about me. Everyone's having a good holiday. Is there something that I could get? I feel like I'm forgetting something important. I don't know what, chat, but I feel like I'm forgetting something very important. Surely if I didn't remember it, it's not that important, right, chat? Surely. Surely if we did not remember it, it must not be that important. He says that, and it will be very important. Ancient Gear was the OT thing. Again, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With Macedor people, so a lot of stuff that I don't keep. But I suppose that makes sense. The deck was, like, pun intended, geared for that kind of stuff, I suppose. I mean, look at Gem Knight. Gem Knight's got a bunch of new support, and now it's also like... Which, like, I don't think that's entirely bad. I don't think there's anything wrong with certain decks in the game with the current state of the game to prefer going second. I think it allows for, like, different playstyles. Do some of the cards they use to facilitate being able to go second seem very great. But on the flip side, you know, being able to encourage, like, other stuff. Being able to, like, encourage other types of play lines. Oh, other types of overall gameplay. Allows for the game to be a bit more interesting for folks who, like, you know, don't normally have access to, like, either certain cards on paper, maybe they don't personally, like, feel a strong attachment to certain playstyles. The variety of decks and unique playstyles January's right around the corner. Well, yeah, but it won't be till, like, towards the end of January. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm also fine. You OTK'd off of that last boss fight? We tried to play Gem Knights when it first came out, but it was bad. I'd imagine that not every deck is perfect for first time. He's a better duelist than you are. Well, anyone's welcome, chat. Anyone's welcome. For those of y'all who might not know what I'm talking to YouTube chat about. For those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking to YouTube chat about. Also, by the way, shoutouts to Griffo for this art chat. Shoutouts to Griffo Niffo for this art gifted to us. Griffo has become such a great one. But I'm hoping to host Genesis tournament sometime next year. Gilman Squad. Are they also running? Wait, what? Why would they banish Troll by the way? Oh, I guess so that they can... Yeah, that's an interesting choice to call by to guarantee that your ass person goes through. I don't know if I've ever, like, witnessed a line like that before. Also, we're going to pause really quick. You can see that my Master Duel client is dying. So once I give it a little bit. You used to play the DD Dynamite one deck, but Master Duel nerfed it. Don't worry, chat. We're almost caught up. Once you can fully see the art on... There we go. Once you can fully see the art on nothing, that means we're good to go. Like I'm saying, I want to host Genesis tournament starting next year sometime early next year. Yeah, it's gonna be free to enter community tournaments. I hope everyone has a good time with them. They're free to enter. They're not gonna be on Master Duel, but they're probably gonna be on Yu-gi-Oh! And then, winners is gonna get like a $25 Steam gift card on Poison. Reindeer once is a very good choice. Hello, though. This is actually a gift from Griffo. Griffo has all of the props for picking the costume and doing the order. Heavy Storm. Into Feather Dust. Into Cobra. Out the decks that come out with that one. Konami has always done this, they play favorite. I suppose at least those say went out on their own terms. I respect them. Hello Ben, how are you? Raid Raptors was also one of those decks. Interesting. I mean, there's just so many different archetypes. I'm sure not every single card that Konami makes is like the best card in the world. And you know what, chat? Sometimes that's okay. I think it's okay that not every card is the strongest card in the world, you know? Look at me. I'm already getting tired. They had such a poor one, but it wasn't until much later that they got it. It's likely going to be Yu-gi-Oh! Pull. I don't even know if I'm typing that pull. But when they get announced, chat, you will get all the information, and I will have proper download links, proper sign-up links, and all that kind of stuff. Also, Scarlet Razor, if you are still looking, by the way, apologies for not being able to get you into the last tournament. By the time I had decided to close the forms, I didn't notice that you had signed up last. Apologies. Definitely was not trying to roll anyone out. Well, I mean, I don't think every single deck is like terrible. I think it's just currently Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a much different game than it was when it first came out. And sometimes it's hard to balance every single deck within Yu-Gi-Oh!'s meta and power level. Even certain decks have been like extremely dominant across multiple formats. Like Snake Eye Fire King. Snake Eye format, at least for Master Duel, lasted a decent while. And even with new cards coming out in the mix, for quite some time until the Fiendsmith engine hit, it was one of the most dominant strategies. I'd imagine it's not like a super easy thing to balance either. With so many cards, there's no way for you to predict every single like list that each player is going to make. Oh, yes, my like, I don't disagree. It would be nice for them to be able to, like, you know, play cards that feel like good to play. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think also, like, not to defend Konami too hard, but in the defense of me. It is a little bit hard to juggle and... So I'm sure they're like... I don't know how hard they're trying. I'm sure someone is trying that. I'm sure someone cares, you know? That's the thing. I think there are people who do care. The game's been around for a long time. And hopefully, I hope, that in that amount of time, people who do really care about the game have found their way into the right places. And make sure that things are gonna be a little bit better, you know? Never gonna be perfect, I suppose. I suppose wishful thinking. What do you mean will I allow spectators for the Genesis? Like, I'm going to be streaming the tournament. I don't know how EDO Pro functions, so I'm not exactly sure how the, like, spectating works. I have to still, like, look into it for the most part. And if there's, like, a better alternative, I'll try the better alternative. The biggest problem is... if you try to use Master, a lot of people would have to spend gems on cards that they probably don't want to be spending their dust. If you try to use a manual sim, I'm not a Yu-gi-Oh judge and I don't play paper, so there's no way for me to get proper ruling. So using something that's semi-automated like EDO Pro or Yu-Gi-Oh Omega would be ideal. Unfortunately, I've had, like, terrible personal experiences with Omega. It does not like to work with me at all. So... unfortunately, I don't have all the, like, answers right away. So it's not like I'm trying to, like, not answer you. I just can't say for certain. I'm looking into options, so... But you know, that's part of the job, chat. If you want to be someone that is organizing tournaments, you do have to put in the time to figure out the routine. It's in the territory. You will die on this hill. Konami should not make all decks unequal. They should be able to compete at the near same level. I think that's an ideal concept. I think in practice that's impossible unless they only print, like, 2 new archetypes a set and spend the next 10 years printing new parts to make every other archetype quote-unquote, like, good. And I feel like that is just an extremely difficult task. If that's something you're trying to do, that's something you need to do from, like, the start of your game. But the problem is, like, in a completely, like, vacuum-sealed format. And even in a constructed format, when you have a limited card pool, there is going to definitely be more decks than others that shine better. Whether it's because of how players do skill expression or card effects in general. Hello, Frostbite. Like, I'm not disagreeing with your statement. I'm just trying to say that trying to take on that endeavor is extremely difficult. And it's something that probably only newer card games could attempt to aspire to do. Because Yu-Gi-Oh has far too many printed cards. Oh, hello, Quincy. How are you? What are we talking about now? I'm talking to Kunley, so YouTube. What's happening in Twitch chat right now is we're discussing about how, Malism Solar is a Twitch chatter who, from my Twitch chat, who has been talking about in a, like, perfect world they would prefer if all Yu-Gi-Oh decks were, like, viable, like, equally viable and playable. And I think from, like, a, what's the word? From, like, a, in an ideal world, that is a nice perspective. In reality, it's an extremely difficult thing to do. Like, I'm not trying to say that Konami is perfect, or that any card game has perfect balance. But the reason why no card game has perfect balance is because that is an extremely difficult thing to control. Just because you want the players to play certain decks doesn't mean that they will play certain decks. And even if players do play certain decks, they may play in a different playstyle or with a different subset of cards. They move away from your intent design. Hello, Siku, yeah. Ranger Sen is very cute. Again, shoutouts to Griffo for the art. We had a lot of fun in the past 20. I'm glad it was. No, you're not too eager. I just, I feel bad that I can't give proper information. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not Konami, so I don't know what their justifications for bad, quote-unquote, bad cards were. So, like, here's the thing. You have to remember that at one point in the game, no one played Max C. Max C has been in Yu-gi-Oh! For a long time. And it took years for Max C to see play. And now people say that Max C is one of the worst cards still allowed play in the OCG and in Master Duel. So, from the perspective of the current speed of the game, the existing card pool, the current meta, the meta twins, the overall power level of the game, and so many other factors, how can you definitively say what is or is not a good card sometimes? Like, yes, sometimes you can read a card and be like, did you read this card? This card's crazy. Sometimes you can't anticipate a card being good until much later. Obvious cards that are good, like Heavy Storm, you know, or like what is it, Black Hole? Like, being able to wipe your opponent's board sounds like a strong card. Being able to draw a card off every summon when everyone is only summoning one guy at a time doesn't sound super crazy. Max C isn't broken and makes the game fun. Well, here's the thing, chat. That's what people are saying. I've never stated my opinion. I'm just speaking from, like, from what I feel to be an objective observation of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and their complaints. In reference to attempting to quote-unquote balance a game and explain why there were quote-unquote bad cards while there were quote-unquote good cards, and how the subjectivity of cards will vary between a multitude of factors, especially in a card game like Yu-Gi-Oh! With so many different cards and has a long-standing established meta, a very diverse player base, and even within regions, entirely different metas. You guys realize that, like, no one plays plants in America, and people in Europe love to play Plant League. Like, the differences in playstyle, philosophy, deck building, and so many other, like, fundamental card game, you know, I wouldn't call them, like, skills, but just, like, the belief systems on how the game should be played vary so much, not even from an individual player level, but from, like, a generalized group of countries and regions. Everyone will tell you which card is better than another card. How can you say X card is good or X card is bad? You wouldn't really know till the meta pans itself out and you look at the data. But even when you look at the data, remember when Master Duel banned Math Mech Diameter? Why did they hit Diameter? Well, first off, they didn't want to give us the UR dust, right? But the answer they give us is that Diameter had the higher win rate, right? Why did Diameter have the higher win rate? Because they kept interacting on Circular. And I suppose, like, hitting Diameter also affects the deck. So, like, people will cite Math Mech Circular to be, like, a card. So a lot of people don't agree with that decision. But, like, if they quote-unquote back up their decision with, like, statistics and data, then is that any more correct than the collective player community opinion? I personally don't think the statistics were 100% correct in their decision. But someone could completely agree just because there's numbers backing it up. It's not a very, like, easy thing to discuss, and there's no, like, nuanced way to go about it. Yugi Boomer, ready to harpoon! Well, I don't know anything about much old Yu-gi-Oh! To be honest, I think Maxi actually is very balanced in Master Duel. It's just not good when you also have the Charmy. I think that's the overkill part, is keeping both. I think Maxi's presence in Master Duel has contributed to Master Duel's success as a game because it increases the speed of it. It also allows for a best-of-one format to facilitate more potential player interaction. And you just blew my mind thinking about different meta based on the geography and the particular family. Oh, hello, basement dwelling distance. Neo Station Flare Scale is objectively the strongest card ever proved. I know nothing about Neo Station Flare Scale. Merry Quimbus. Hello, Merry Quimbus. For those of y'all in which it has turned to Quimbus Eve. Merry Quimbus Eve! For us on the West Coast, it is still the Eve to Quimbus Eve. Yeah, I'm alright with that. So I don't know, like, yeah, here's the thing. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Very casually. I am not a professional, like, card game player in any, like, strong sense. Other than, like, being kind of good at one piece in another card game. Like, I probably have a little bit more stakes in talking about card games than the average card game player, considering I have competed at, like, national levels. However, that is for a completely different card game, so take anything I say about Yu-Gi-Oh! With a grain of salt. All of my opinions on Yu-Gi-Oh! Are informed by me observing how other people react to the game, my personal opinion, and historical twins. And even then, I don't know a lot about Yu-Gi-Oh! History, you know. But, like, there's a lot to be said about Maxi. You can make the argument that Maxi's presence in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel has, like, forced... Well, before they hit, like, full butt. Basically, when Maxi was at 3, Maxi forced anywhere from 6 to, like, 12 cards in your deck to be dedicated to answering Maxi. If you know your opponent is running 3 Maxi, you want to be running 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Carbide, 3 Maxi. You're already at 8 cards. Then you may decide that, oh, I need Rock and Bird. Or my opponent's going to be summoning a lot of monsters on my second one because they Maxied me. So now you want Cross Out Designator, that's 10. Maybe now you want, like, what is 2 and Dominus Impulse, Dimension shit, like, whatever you feel like wanting. There's 5 billion hands left. Take your pick. Artifact lands, whatever. Fundamentally, with Maxi in the game, at least 8 of your deck slots are, like, for the most part in the past, were completely dedicated to answering the fact that Maxi is in the game. And I know that Ash Blossom does have more applications than just Maxi. But I will say, if you're using Ash Blossom on something, it's usually Maxi. If you're the player going for it. That's just an observation from me. I don't put Maxi in every single one of my decks just because I'm like, yeah, I don't really need it. Sometimes. Some decks I think really do need Maxi because they need a lot of gas to keep up with the meta deck. And then you have, like, the Chwamis. Now with Maxi and the Chwamis in mind, is really only running, like, one of the Chwamis. Let's say they run 2, 2, 2, right? 2, 2, 2. Well, how about 3, 3, 2? Because Maxi's limited, right? So that's 8 cards again. That's 3 Ass Bloods, 1 Carbide, 1 Cross Out Designator, We are back to, yet again, 12 cards that every deck kind of is running for the most, because all the other decks are also running. Hello, Nigori, how are you? I forgot to check in. I saw at one point you were ranked 100 in the DC Cup. If you feel comfortable showing, how did you do in the DC Cup this past from this DC? You hit that Maxi guy too. My things are so bad with observations from a new player can bring a fresh perspective to the game. I mean, I'm not exactly a new player with this. I guess somebody who doesn't have like a deep history in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm kind of just watching stuff happen, you know? Yes, shoutouts to Onigori, dead too. So I don't know, chat, I don't know. We've been yapping for a little bit longer than anticipated. I'm probably calling it on this door line. It's getting rather late. So I do need to head out. It's not that I don't like yapping with you, but also like... Oh, it's just not official excited. The eve to this eve. What you You got 53k points and finished 97? That's really cool! Congrats on top 100! Let's go! Ooh, such is the power of Onigori. Chat, shout out. Shout out to Onigori for getting 97th place in the recent Duelist Cup. Chat, I didn't end up finding the time to play Duelist Cup. I was so busy, I couldn't even do the gem mission. I couldn't even do the basic missions. I didn't even get like a... I should have like clicked into the event to at least get some of the packs. You know how they start you at a certain level because of your rank? I didn't even get like the basic stuff. Just way too busy. Well, I have to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Casually. I have way too much stuff going on. But not imagine trying to do it in any competitive capacity. More power to the people who can. Also, chat, shoutouts and congrats to Ryan Yu. It'll go for first place. He's locking in his ticket to World. I pray that in the next upcoming DC Cup, we see Ray make a breakneck toward victory and qualifying again for the World. I believe in my goat, my horse, Mr. Raymond Yanda. After this duel light, I'm gonna send y'all out for the evening. The fatigue is catching up to me. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it as we speak. Oh, before we get tired. Let me see who's live on your Twitch TV chat. I know for sure at least I may just send y'all to all of us, but let's see. Who else is live right now that I can maybe send y'all to? Thank you for the stream, Street Fam. Ooh, is Kay going to be live for a couple more hours? I'm gonna send y'all to Kay Clay. She's an Alestos Goverly. A very good, well, she's not a duelist, but she's a very good card game player. So Twitch chat, I'm gonna send you to Kay Clay. Tell her Merry Quimbus. That's our raid message. Let's see. The ring for this duel live was diamond. So sorry to cut us off early tonight, chat, but I'm getting so tired. Twitch chat, I'm gonna send y'all over to Kay Clay. So send her all my love. YouTube. Thank y'all for hanging out. I appreciate everybody joining for some Quimbus wishes. We'll have to see you after Quimbus. But do take care of yourselves. It was good seeing y'all. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Happy holidays to everyone. For those of you who celebrate and those of you who don't. I'll see y'all when I see you. Do take care of yourselves. Twitch chat, send K all my love. And just remember that you're all in my butts. So thank you for coming out, folks. And we'll send you out for the raid. Wonder. Bye bye, folks.